Hello everyone, and thank you for clicking on another one of my videos. I am Screen Scene Guru, coming at you with a full Star Wars recap or after show if you'd like. I've recently rewatched Andor Season One, um, anticipating Season Two's premiere. I'm really excited about it. I've heard a lot of good things. I've got my lightsaber out to do a bit of a review. But going into some of the episodes, it is spoiler warning. This show came out in 2022, so 4 years ago. So I feel like for those of you that have watched the show, you already know kind of what I'm going to be discussing and talking about. The show, as I kind of remembered it, started off kind of slow with a multiple episode premiere. So watching it for the second time, a rewatch, anticipating it to be kind of slow. It was actually quite better than I remember it. A lot of small, minor details I picked up on. So, going into the first two episodes, we see, of course, the plot of Cassian Andor trying to find his sister from this planet, this Imperial refinery planet that was since destroyed and put off the record. Thought it was very interesting, but they dropped this plot and they basically focused on Cassian Andor running from the Imperials and then eventually being caught and arrested. We see individuals like Biggs and Zan try to help Marva as she's, getting older on Ferrix. Eventually, her passing, which is really tragic. A lot of unexpected moves from Luthen, which we still don't exactly know what his storyline is. He seems to be one of the architects of the rebellion. So very interesting. We saw he had a weapon revealed when he met Shaw Gerrera for the second time, discussing the having to sacrifice Anton Krieger and his 30 men. So that's officially kind of the marking of when the war started, when they started sacrificing their own. The very interesting stuff there. Going on to, let's see, I think it was pretty much up to episode 6 or 7. Oh yeah, of course, I want to bring up the stuff with Mon Mothma, her having to basically settle her banking arrangements to team up with a criminal, and the whole marriage to her daughter and her other estranged family, her cousin, fighting for the rebellion, doing the Aldani job, taking on a full garrison, and stealing from their imperial payroll, which kind of sets off the real crackdown on the rebels. So I thought the show was very informative on how imperialist rule can really push a government to its edge. I hear it's going to get more intense in season 2, so I'm ready for it. Dedra, we got to see Dedra's story with the ISB continue to get ongoing. Her wanting to make a name for herself. So it was very interesting. Her and her role with Cyril, I believe it was. And him living at home with his mother, which I thought was very interesting, a sitcom kind of part of the show, and their uncle Arvo or whatever, getting him a job, but thought it was very interesting. For a Star Wars fan, it was a slower but meaningful show, this Andor, and I'm hearing really good things, so if you guys haven't caught it already, I recommend you guys go on to disneyplus and check it out. But going on from there, I have been reading currently the Heir to the Empire Star Wars novel, which I thought was very fascinating. I've already got to, let's see, chapter 5, and this book basically covers it's 5 years after the events of Return of the Jedi, and it's about Thrawn on Mount Tantus, which a lot of the animated cartoons are covering, filling in kind of the timeline, the gap leading to Mandalorian and Ahsoka, So I thought this was very interesting. You see Thrawn basically convince a former Jedi master who's on Mount Tantus to work with him, promising him that eventually he'll gather Luke and Leia to this planet. And Leia is pregnant with twins, and that he'll have control over many Jedi. So he's trying to build his own order, if you will, after the culling of the Execute Order 66. It's very interesting that this new Jedi is introduced, kind of like the Balin skull in Ahsoka's character, basically. They used this storyline from the books heavily to do the Ahsoka storyline, which I thought was fascinating. They are doing a season 2 of Ahsoka with Rosario Dawson returning, Sabine Wren. So far, we've heard that everybody is returning. Hera, of course, Thrawn. We've yet to hear what the villain exactly. I think actually we heard that the actor that played the Hound from Game of Thrones is going to be in this, reprising Ray Stevenson's role. But we've yet to see. I think there were pictures released at Star Wars Celebration you guys can check out. But interesting news that Bryce Dallas Howard, who has worked on the Mandalorian episodes before, Ron Howard's daughter, is now confirming that she wants to put her hat in the ring there at Disney Star Wars, and she wants to bring back Mace Windu for a project and do a either TV show or a film, motion picture, bringing back the character Mace Windu. I think this is great, given that they've kind of been testing the waters with Hayden Christensen coming back. They've got Revenge of the Sith is currently back in theaters, re-release. I thought it would be an infamous time to put iconic scenes in there that they cut from the film, like scenes with Ahsoka, or maybe more Obi-Wan shots with Padme, but I'm not hearing that they did anything like that. So, but they missed an iconic time where they could have maybe altered the film, which might have gotten people kind of upset, but who knows. But really cool to see Hayden Christensen killing it. He just had his birthday recently. They're re-releasing his probably most infamous film he's ever released, so good on him. What are you guys' thoughts on all this? Did you guys check out Andor? Are you guys checking out Season 2? Let me know. Comment down below if there's any new movies that you want me to check out, TV, games. I'm open for all kinds of things. Be sure to follow me not only here on the YouTube space, but you can also follow me on Instagram and on Threads. So until next time, guys, have a good one, and may the Force be with you. I'll definitely be checking out new shows coming out. But until next time, bye-bye. All right.